I cannot believe this is happening. Today is a bittersweet day. This is my very last time in the red Model 3, Red Ranger, as you have come to know it. Yes, I have sold it. I have found a buyer who's going to take good care of it, and I hate to see it go, but it was time. I had to use my Tesla credits, and I basically got to upgrade for free, and more on that later. But today I just traveled 6 hours. We're in Holland, Michigan right now. Terrible day to do an exchange for a car. A snowstorm, basically. The buyer is never owned a Tesla or EV before, so he's super excited, and I'm super excited for him, and he's gonna be here soon, and we're gonna walk through the whole transfer ownership. He's never driven an electric car, and I don't even know if he knew about me or watched any Tesla videos beforehand, but a lot of people are saying, you know, this is an iconic car, and I agree. It's been seen by millions of people. Put 157,000 miles on this Model 3. This basically started and kicked off my channel, and a lot of you guys know me from this car. It's treated me so well. I really didn't want to let it go, but I'm so glad I found a good buyer, and it seems like he's going to be a perfect fit for this and take good care of it, and I hope it lasts him 10 more years. I want to say that this video is not sponsored, but this was made possible by KeySavvy. They've sponsored a video before, but this video is not sponsored by them. I wanted to do a video as an actual customer of KeySavvy, as a user of KeySavvy, but KeySavvy is like the #1 platform for selling an electric car, but not just an electric car, any car. If you're selling or buying a used car, it's almost like a virtual dealership, and those are my words, that's not their words, but it's sort of like that in the sense of you can use them as the middleman when you're selling or buying a used electric vehicle and take advantage of that used EV tax credit. And that's what I did when I sold this car. The final selling price for this was $19,000, but the buyer is only paying $15,000 because KeySavvy makes it possible to take advantage of that $4,000 tax credit. So it knocked the price down. The buyer only pays $15,000. I get roughly, I think it's about $18,800 in the end, because KeySavvy only charges a $99 one-time flat fee for the buyer and the seller. So it's about $200 per transaction. Awesome experience. I can't say enough good things about KeySavvy. Literally, this whole thing happened within a couple days. Shout out to Test Calendar on Twitter. If you want a Tesla themed calendar, check out testcalendar.com. His cousin is the buyer, and he was looking on Twitter. He was like, hey, my cousin wants to buy a Tesla for around $15,000, and it happened within a couple days. And KeySavvy, like, literally was on like a Saturday. All this took place within minutes of us just agreeing on a price. Everything was signed online. We completed everything that we needed to do. He paid online. It's a secure platform. KeySavvy collects the payment. They verify the buyer and the seller. It is super simple. I highly recommend KeySavvy if you're buying or selling a car, especially an electric car, and just an awesome experience. I'm gonna miss this car, but I'm excited for what's coming next for the future of my channel with the new 2025 Model 3. So the rest of the video is just me walking through the basics of owning a Tesla with the new buyer and doing the transfer of ownership. So enjoy. Let's drive, and that way real quick just around the parking lot, and you can just see, like, yeah. I just press in for the park, and then all the way down to drive, or all the way up for reverse. I'll talk about the regenerative braking. So, and this is especially important for today because it's snowy and it's ice. So you want to be very careful when you're driving. When you let off the accelerator, the brake actually applies. It's probably the number one thing that'll take the most getting used to. Yeah. And with today, you'll want to give yourself a lot of space. And when you're letting off the accelerator, just be very gentle about it, because once you let off, I mean, anyway, if you're going on a slick road, it'll start sliding. Yeah. So just be very gentle and careful with that accelerator when you're letting off, because it comes to a stop, and it'll come to a complete stop. Just you don't have to press the brake at all. This comes with autopilot as well. I wouldn't use it today. Right. But once you're driving out on a clear road, you'll do one tap down if you want to do cruise control, and it sets it, speed. You're still steering it, and then two down for autopilot. It's got an interior camera. That's how it monitors for autopilot. So if you're looking away for too long, it'll beep at you. So you don't want to do that. So make sure your eyes on the road, hands on the wheel. Perfect. The climate control, pretty straightforward. It's right here. It's all virtual, so you can change the direction of fan speed on the screen. You got rear controls. You got all these seats are heated, optional. Like, you can turn them on. The seat the passengers are right here. So these are the seat heater settings: high, medium, low, off. Same with the rear. You can turn these high, medium, low, off. Nice. Just, yeah, I mean, you'll get used to it. There's a lot of stuff on the touchscreen, but I'll give you the basics.
Take a second.
Right here, this is your like menu. So when you go in here, this lists all your different menu sections. I'm not going to go through all of them, but the main one that defaults to is this kind of your main screen here. It's got your lights, your mirrors. You can adjust your mirrors, and we can do that later. But glove box is right here. There's no glove box button except on the touchscreen.
Sweet.
Different driving modes. Your charging. When you get home, you'll set. I charge to 90% just so you have enough.
A little extra there.
Yeah.
How far down do you like generally want to charge? Go to before you start?
As long as you're at home, plug it in.
Okay,
charge it every day. As long as it's there, plug it in, leave it charged. That's the best way to have it. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
But if you're going on a road trip, it'll tell you. But I usually don't like to go below 10%.
Sure.
10% is like the lowest. I've gotten down to like 4% one time. You want to keep it between 20 and 80% as much as possible during its lifetime, and that's what I've done. So when you're entering the car, it's the B pillar right here. So if you're just using this, when you want to lock it, it tells you right there. There's a little icon. Hold it up to that B pillar, you'll hear it lock, and then same thing to unlock it. Just hold it up to that B pillar and unlock.
Okay.
And then when you're in here, you put it right there to drive. But like I said, when you're using your phone, you don't have to worry about it. This is
yep. So on controls, that was where you went for climate control.
So climate control is always down here.
Oh, it's right there.
Yep.
Perfect.
Just tap on it.
So you look there, and then okay, sweet.
Yep.
That works great.
So if you want to turn it up, all that stuff, and hold it down and turn it off, or there's a power button right here in the top.
Perfect. And and then you adjusted all those wind speeds there. Where's just the heat adjustment for like?
Oh, the heat.
Yeah, just in general.
These are like the.
It's just literally on the side of it.
Yep.
Seats and that all works.
The fan
Perfect.
speed is right here.
Sweet.
This is the your camera. So you got your side cameras and your backup camera.
Yeah.
That's just a quick way to look in case I like to have it right there. I put the button right there, but of course you got built-in apps
nice.
For Spotify, all that stuff. Navigation, of course, yeah. Here, it's just use Google Maps. It's just standard navigation, tell it to drive anywhere. If you tap that button, it shows you all the closest superchargers.
Sweet.
Sorted by distance, and you can just tap on these, or once you tap on that, it'll navigate you to them. You can tap individually to see the information. Really intuitive.
Nice.
So that's supercharger button if you ever need to do that. But like if you put a destination in here, it'll automatically guide you to the superchargers along the way.
Yep.
It'll tell you the estimate. So it's very seamless and.
Yeah, because obviously I use Google Maps currently.
Yeah.
So like if it was.
Yeah, because this is based on Google Maps, so you got. It'll tell you. 50 minutes. So.
Yeah.
Turn by turn directions. Do you want to drive it first, then do the transfer?
Sure. Either way. Yeah. Either way you want to go with that.
Yeah. And you can adjust that seat however you like. And whenever you adjust your seat and stuff like that, it'll pop up this box if you want to save it. It'll save your profile. So these are the profiles. I forgot to tell you that. Up here, you have different profiles. So like if you have different drivers, you can set it to however you want. So like right now, if you want to save it, now it saves all your seat settings and your steering wheel settings, and then you can switch back and forth and automatically changes it down all the way down to drive.
Yep. So it should. Yep.
Yeah, you feel that?
Yep.
And the faster you go, the more abrupt that's going to feel. So.
Yep. So really got to make sure you're letting off a bit early.
Yeah.
Yep.
In good driving and conditions, it'll be a lot easier to get used to.
Sure.
And it's just going to be. Unfortunately, you have to drive it the first time in snowy, so you have to just go slow and just take it easy.
Yeah. I naturally am moving my foot to that brake.
Right.
Yep. So that'll take
the one pedal
second.
driving takes a couple days. I think that's when I first started doing it. About the second or third day, you'll get the hang of one pedal driving, and it'll feel natural.
Well, and then wipers.
If you
kind of auto does it, I guess. But...
If you press N right here.
Okay. Then it just does it.
It does it one time. It brings up the menu here. They're set to auto right now, so it'll automatically
do it when it feels it. Yeah.
But you can set it to if you tap it.
Tap it and then select it 1% forward or faster.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm good. I wasn't sure how touchy that acceleration was going to be.
Yeah. It's going to be hard to
because it feels like So it feels like it's not terribly touchy right now.
You can kind of push the accelerator now.
Yeah. I can kind of pull in there.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. So that's not bad. I honestly was concerned it might be a little bit more touchy and get used to it. This actually feels really comfortable right now.
And there are different driving modes too that like the dynamics. The acceleration is set to standard right now. If you want a less abrupt acceleration, you say to chill.
Yeah, before getting on the road. But that's, I mean, this already feels a lot more natural than I was thinking. Because even if I lift it off, like, as long as you don't lift fully off, it seems like it kind of slowly pulls into it too.
Yeah.
No, that's awesome. I think this is going to be even less of a comfort shift than I was thinking.
Yep.
I mean, there's definitely going to be a level of it, but that's awesome. I'm happy with how that pedal feels in comparison to even what I was anticipating. I was expecting it to be more of a, because sometimes that can be difficult, but it can go up fast, but it feels like I have pretty good gradual control over what I want to do there already. So
good.
That's good. Yeah, and then I guess only other question I would have, so that's basic use. Only other question would be basic maintenance. Right now, I mean, from what I've heard, there's not a lot that we have to do to maintain this here. Obviously, charging and
tire rotations is the big one. Literally, that's it. I don't know. I don't do any other maintenance. I've never put windshield wiper fluid in it. I've never replaced the wipers themselves, because I usually just use like Rain-X.
I'm really excited because I was looking initially for a gas car within like 10 grand range.
Yeah.
And then this one popped up, and it was like, well, if this lasts 3 years, I'm already making the money back at that point.
Oh yeah.
No, this popped up and ended up being an amazing deal, and it's been really
That's
fantastic.
Awesome. That's the reason I bought this car in the first place, because I was doing the same thing. I was like spending so much on gas. I was like, I'm going to get an electric car. I'm done with gas.
Yeah.
And it paid it like the fuel savings. I've saved like, I think I calculated like $20,000 over the course of 6 years of having this car. So let's go ahead and do the transfer.
Absolutely. Yep, and I just got an email.
I mean, I just instantly you sold your vehicle.
Yeah, real.
That's great.
Anticlimactic, but, hey, it works great.
Maybe we should add, tell them to give us some confetti on the well, they do have a little confetti icon.
Nice.
Emoji. That's funny. Awesome. I love that. All right, cool. So let's do the Tesla
app here.
And so you got your Tesla app. Okay, I'm gonna pull up mine, and I have to go into my products, Red Ranger, and I go remove or transfer ownership. Are you sure you want to remove this vehicle? Yes. All right. Bye bye. Oh no, it's no going back from here now. Let's do a reboot. So hold that. You're gonna press in on both of those steering wheel buttons. Yes. And hold it down. Just keep holding. Keep both of them down, and it'll. No, you're good. You can let go. And I think it's, connected, so you're good.
You're good. I'll get Bluetooth set up.
All right, and you can make this a priority device. And that way, because you're the main driver of this car, right?
Yes.
It'll prioritize your phone over anybody else's if you're getting in the car with somebody else.
Perfect.
When you change any gears, you have to have press the brake in. Now you're in drive.
Makes sense.
And then here, do
Enterprise.
I'm so curious to see how the roads are now.
Yeah, it's too much. It's starting to pick up a little bit. I'm used to looking down at my phone for navigation too. It's right on the screen.
Yeah. That's one of the best things. Like, it's a huge navigation screen.
Yeah.
If you tap right here, it gives you like an overview, and then go back and forth. Yeah.
Just
go slow.
Yep, gonna be moving.
Go slow, and then just give yourself a lot of room.
Than usually.
Yep.
Going. Oh, that would be the worst. Getting this and then having some sort of mess.
Yeah. Just
want to make sure.
Yeah, it may take you an hour to get home. Just
as long as I get there.
Yeah.
So far, pretty smooth drive.
I cannot believe it's been snowing like this. I wish we could have driven it properly.
Well, that's kind of where, this is good to get a feel into, because this is Michigan.
Yeah, that's true. I would let off right now. I would let off. Are you good?
Yep.
Okay,
I let off.
You got the green area. I just wanted to give you a heads up, because you never know. I slid right here turning on this road.
Yeah, this feels funky. All right.
Yeah, you probably have snow all on the tires, yeah.
So,
hopefully the roads are better on the main roads.
Yep.
Because those side roads are...
Yeah, that definitely slides. I will definitely need to be letting off even sooner than
I would give yourself so much extra space and let off way sooner than later. And then you can actually test out the brake when we stop here. You can just kind of, if you let off now?
Yeah.